And now I'd love your calls on whether it is time to ban private jets to save the planet. 020 7862 2222 is the number. Tell us what you think. Emissions from private aircraft are up by more than half since 2019, with scientists claiming a small group of wealthy individuals emit the same amount of carbon dioxide as the entire population of Tanzania in Africa. Today, world leaders will gather in Azerbaijan for the opening of COP29, the summit, to discuss ways in which they could tackle climate change. But are they travelling to these events and adding to the problem? This is last year, the climate summit, and every single one of these lines is a private jet. So it's not an actual commercial jet, and you can see them coming from Perth to where were they? Where's the destination? Oh, Dubai last year. So Lagos and Luanda. Where's Luanda? Is that Angola? Volgograd, all over the world. And this one shows the number of journeys to the World Cup. This is to Qatar. And, you know, so sport does it as well. Somebody's come from the moon. No, seriously, they've come right over the top. They come from the Arctic Circle as well. Amazing. Maybe from Alaska. Actually, that's probably the answer. So Flight Radar shared this video of flights exiting the Las Vegas Super Bowl. So you can see how many there are. Whenever I've been to Las Vegas, and I've never thought I want to spot private jets. I've always thought there'd only be one or two. How naive am I? 525 jets left from those two strips in Las Vegas after the Super Bowl. So do we need to ban them, Gemma?
Yeah, I think we do. I think you could probably keep them only for government officials who literally are having to go and do other world leaders in a very sort of urgent situation. But the trouble is, what's happened with this sort of explosion of billionaires, you've got people who've got more money than sense, and they are using them like taxes. And I'm sorry, I don't care if you're Taylor Swift, Oprah Winfrey, whoever you are, some big basketball player, I don't think there is justification when you look at the amount of emissions from one private jet compared to us going to Spain twice a year.
Yeah. Tanzania doesn't emit a lot because ultimately they don't have as much industrial production. It is absolutely minuscule, the amount of carbon that is actually carbon dioxide that is being emitted by these private jets. Only 1.8% of the carbon pollution from aviation is spewed by private jets.
Right.
So if we are to...
No, well, sorry, from aviation, because I know that they were saying that cows, their methane is as big as air travel, and that's all air travel.
So we should kill all the cows as well. I mean, it really is a slippery slope.
So, but surely, okay, there's only one Taylor Swift, which is why there's very little Taylor Swift air pollution. But the argument is she sets a bad example.
But private jets across the entire world, 1.8% of all of aviation. Should we ban all commercial flights? Should we all go on boats? The best way to solve climate change is through the free market. It is through competition and choice.
If you're from Tufton Street, you think everything free market.
Okay, well, look at the evidence, Gemma. Don't take it from me. Look at the evidence.
Do you believe in climate change?
Of course I believe in climate change.
Okay, so we are absolutely screwed. Sorry. So we are now going to be reaching 2 degrees in 2038, I believe. So the COP26 set out that we shouldn't pass 1.5. Scientists are screaming at us. We've done it. We've messed it. So I'm not being funny.
And Trump.
Actually,
you didn't even say the word Trump, because Trump doesn't really believe in it.
Oh, we're absolutely. And I won't,
He says, I'm going to drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, and
we should drill, baby, drill, because we should drill, baby, drill. We should drill. We should be drilling oil, because ultimately, I don't think we should be making people poorer today because of climate change. I'm a climate optimist. I think that we will achieve the technological advancements that we need to solve climate change. Ultimately, we need safer energy. We need more environmentally friendly energy.
That's like letting a fire burn
and we'll do that,
and saying we'll wait for a better fire engine.
There isn't any...
It's not about waiting. It's about where we are investing. You know who's investing the most in green energy?
Musk.
Oil. Oil companies are investing the most in green energy.
Oh, God.
They're doing it today, and we're seeing this investment.
Gemma, why do you sound exhausted?
I am exhausted because I'm a climate optimist. Like, what does that mean?
I'm optimistic
wait a
about
minute.
humans.
Climate, are you? I'm not anymore. I'm not. I have lost my optimism. It is being stamped out of me with every day that I look at the news. Wait, let me finish. You look at Israel, you look at what's happening in the Middle East, you look at Putin, you look at Trump and what he stands for. So I'm glad you still have faith.
Can I give you a little optimism on Trump? Who's his number one person? Musk. What did Musk do? He basically put electric cars on the map. So Musk is
and he
real,
also made,
he's
from the day
guy.
of the election, he made £21 billion.
So why is making money a bad thing? This is a socialist kind of completely ridiculous perspective where making money is somehow a dirty thing to do. Jeremy, this is a really good example, actually. Elon Musk, he's probably done more for climate change than any of these kind of green investment that the government are doing. Elon Musk has effectively meant that we have electric cars across the entire world, which are significantly better for the environment. These are the technological advancements that I want to see.
And I hope you're right.
They're only possible through the free market.
And I hope that Musk turns out to be some wonderful evangelical green. I really hope you're right.
It's not about that, being an evangelical green. It's about the profit motive. The fact that he could make profit from electric vehicles meant that we now see them across the world and we are much better.
I would like to say that you say that mankind are going to find the solution. We are the problem. We are the problem. Greed, power, capitalism on acid is the problem.
Capitalism.
Neoliberalism, whatever you want to call it.
Interesting. Yeah,
it isn't unless you get on board. And actually, what you probably need, if you had people who actually their entire motivation was making sure that their grandkids had a safe planet to live in, they would have to shut down industries altogether.
Do you want grandparents today to be poorer and worse off and not be able to afford their energy bills?
I'd like them to be alive, Reem. And 90 people have just died in Spain with those chronic floods. So I'd like them to be alive.
So floods have happened throughout history. Less people die of floods today than they did 100 years ago, Gemma.
If you don't mind, I'm not going to take your word for what's going on there. I'm going to listen to the climate scientists who are all in agreement.
But we don't know whether a particular flood was caused by climate change. Crucially, we can't tell that.
I think abnormal weather all over the world. Mount Fiji,
more people died of floods
does not have its snow cap on it for the first time in 112 years. And, you know, we'll all sit here and argue about it. It is happening.
Kenny in West Sussex. Hi, Kenny.
Hi, morning, Jeremy.
We haven't had a Kenny on for so long. How are you doing?
Yeah, I've been on a couple of times before.
Oh, it was you last time. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So, right, what would you like to say on this important situation? This is the private planes.
Yeah, well, I that's what I do for a job. I fix and modify and maintain private jets. Wow.
When you see them, they're so amazing. I mean, not that I've ever wanted to be on one, but they are the sexiest things alive.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, to be honest with you. Yeah. But basically, the company I work for, we operate at Biggin Hill, London.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's where I saw. That's where I happened to see a private plane. Yeah. I mean, not that I say sexy. I mean, it's a long, whatever. I take
Biggin Hill's quite a sexy name.
Biggin Hill is, yeah, okay. Sorry, Kenny. What do you ever, when you're maintaining them, do you ever think, I'm happy to do this, but I know I'm destroying the planet?
No, because we're not. Our company is running, heading towards like net zero. Basically, our hangar, the whole roof is covered in solar panels, and then for every gallon of aviation fuel that gets used by one of our jets, then they offset it in other ways. Okay,
I'm just assuming though that it's okay. If everyone took a private jet, the world would come to an end. Presumably, you don't fly that many, do you?
Yeah, it would surprise you how many fly in and out of Biggin Hill.
Tell me.
Well, our maintenance hangar holds 24 jets.
Oof. And they're flying every day, are they?
Yeah, they fly constantly, and they come in for us for scheduled maintenance. So our whole thing is to get them turned around and out the door as quick as possible because they're in so much demand.
All right, thank you, Kenny. Well, there's no...
And Kenny would lose his job if we were to ban private jets. How many other people that work with Kenny would then lose their jobs because we want to appeal to these sycophantic climate change, sort of completely disgraceful perspectives on climate change, where we effectively think it should completely ruin our lives.
I'm not knocking Kenny. He sounds like a lovely guy, but if the job he's doing is making the planet dirtier, you can't say, we should keep...
Do you remember in COVID...
death penalty, because otherwise hangmen go out of business. It's not an argument.
I remember there was a moment in COVID, and it was extraordinary, where they showed pictures of LA and the smog had gone.
Yeah, it was great, yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was
and
great,
you
but we
just
were
saw.
basically living in the...
No, I know.
We all live in shacks
No,
in
before
lockdown.
you tell me that that's what I want, it isn't.
Well, I'm asking.
But I would, of course it isn't. I'm just saying the idea that we are not trashing the planet is for the birds. And
no one's denying that.
Yeah.
No one is denying that.
So something does have to happen now.
What about...
But things are happening. People are making incredible advancements in the private sector. People like Elon Musk that have invented and expanded electric vehicles across the world. People like
He's
Kenny...
sending a rocket up every
sending
month.
rockets up every 5 minutes.
they are smoking.
Should we not advance
seriously
technology?
distasteful things that I don't want to repeat
Not
on this show.
distasteful. It's technological
not about
advancement.
rockets.
It's future.
About rape and
It's
women.
the future. We've got to look at the future, and it's only through advancements that we can actually solve climate change.
All right, OK. I suppose if we really wanted to knuckle down on air travel, Gemma, the way to do it would be to stop mass flying. And that is then, and we'd all have to stop going on holiday abroad, right?
I reckon if they just reduced it and said you can go on one a year.
Why? Why? We're going to stop business. We're going to stop investors coming to this country, and we're going to be all poorer because of it.
Do you want to have kids?
Of course I want to have children.
OK, do not worry about what planet you'll be bringing them into.
I think that the world is becoming a better place every single day, and you are right about climate change. It is awful, but we are going to solve the problem through these advancements. Maybe one of our children...
Who is? Show me a world leader that's got it absolutely at the top of their agenda.
It's about
I don't believe it's
scientists,
politicians. It's the scientists.
OK,
the
well, listen,
investors,
you've given me some
But
optimism.
whatever. So you're saying they're going to have an invention that then will combat
it's about
everybody else staying
carbon
doing
capture.
exactly what they're doing.
Aviation is nothing. It's carbon capture. It's nuclear fission. If we can stop burning fossil fuels and actually find an energy source that is significantly cheaper, that...
Yeah, I mean, it's
All
like
right,
people
all
like
right.
Bolsonaro
Let me call it to
cutting
order
down
here.
the Amazon.
Thank you. Interesting. Again, fascinating. Terry on Facebook says, no, definitely don't ban them, the private planes. What has happened to choice? Only jealous people want them banned. Michael has also reached out on Facebook. He says, a private jet gives off more carbon in one flight than a car gives off in its lifetime, but the elite and wealthy will carry on using them while us peasants pay the price. There we go. After the break, it's the papers and everything else, including...